Okay, I think just taking a look at what the index looks like, and we'll get down to individual stocks, which is going to be more interesting. So it's flat, 25,530. It's about, 50 points, 60 points higher. And the Nifty Bank is up about 0.1, so not very much in the Nifty Bank here at this point in time. Mid-cap index is starting higher by about 0.25%. The small-cap index will come up, and I think there as well, there is some amount of gains which are coming through. Yeah, about 0.25%. So I think uniform percent gains across the four indices. Nifty heat map will give you a quick sense of how we are starting as far as the broader indices are concerned. The Nifty 50 is concerned, so it's all in the green. I think there is Infosys, Bajaj on one end. Trent, as Mangalam has been highlighting, a little bit more in terms of readjustment to lower growth rates afoot there. So otherwise, I mean, it's pretty good looking screen. And Reliance, once again, is amongst the top gainers. Reliance is up about 0.75%. But let's get down to more names and individual reactions. Surbhi.
Okay, so on the large cap screen, taking things higher is Infosys, the winner of the morning. There's Hindalco, which is about 1% up. Bajaj Auto, like we just mentioned, is seeing a decent reaction to its numbers, 1% higher there as well. Asian Paints, L&T, Reliance is chipping in a little bit here and there. Eternal is managing a 0.5% gain for itself as well. And then it starts fizzling out. But otherwise, most stocks are contributing 0.5% to about 0.75%. SBI, ITC, Titan, all these stocks are up and about. On the flip side, Trent is showing a lot of disappointment. The growth numbers have been coming down. The company, remember, I think it was 2 quarters back, it guided a steady state of 25% growth, but it's not able to meet those numbers as well in terms of growth expectations. 4%, so straight away gone from Trent. Power Grid, Apollo Hospitals, Eicher Motors. These are some of the other stocks that are cooling off. So all things put together, the Nifty, for what it's worth, is still managing about a 60-point up move. So steady start. Nigel.
Well, the accent of the morning is transformers and rectifiers. The stock is down 20%, weak performance in Q2 because of executional challenges. The margins are at its lowest levels since Q3. Margins are down because of higher staff costs as well as higher OPEX. And, the street clearly is very, very disappointed with these set of numbers. Smacked 20% down on that one. Remember, these are one of these names that have seen a big run. And now, in fact, is coming for some intense profit taking. The other few stocks I'm looking at, Reliance Industries, well, that stock is down close to around 13%, so big selling on that one. HBL Engineering, well, that came out with a set of numbers. The street likes it. Stock is up 10%. Big up move is what we're seeing on that particular name. Nalco, I told you, the numbers were quite good. That stock is open up with a gain of around 5.5%. There are some reports that are indicating that Vedanta may not get Jaiprakash Associates assets after all. And Adani Group could get it. It's not confirmed, but if this is the way things, go about, then actually Vedanta shareholders will consider themselves as the lucky loser. They don't want Vedanta to go ahead and take another asset on board. So let's see how that goes. But for the time being, Vedanta up 1.5%. JSW Cement as well is up close to 2%. It's still more than 10% away from its IPO price. And keep in mind that we could possibly have supply that has opened up now because there was, 3% of the equity that was in lock-in. Today, that gets free for trading. Otherwise, plenty of stocks in the broader markets. Newland up 10%. Super move out there in reaction to its numbers. That stock is flying away. And Interarc as well, another management that will be joining in during the course of the day. That's up 6% as well.
Okay, so looking pretty okay for the time being. Newland, HBL Engineering, Nalco, good result reactions. Just watch out for Amber. Amber fell quite a bit on Friday after a disappointing second quarter. And it's down another 3% today. So 7% on Friday, 3% today. Bit of a knock over there. Hexaware is also down about 3%. Trent, by the way, is down 5%. So the market is really not happy with the pace of deceleration in growth. I mean, from an era of 50%, then it came down to about 30%. Then the company said they'll do at least steady state 20-25%. But this quarter has been below even that run rate. And I'm talking about top line growth. Trent, should have known Trent. That's the stock to keep an eye out on. Down 5% for now. Let's get Trent up if we can. I think it'll come up. Yeah, 5.5% lower on Trent now.
Some of these mid-caps, small caps are such big winners, right? I mean, Nigel mentioned HBL. I was just looking at yearly charts on this one. 3 years, it's up 10x, HBL. Forget about the lows in 2020. That's, of course, I mean, that just makes it seem absolutely unnatural. But I'm just looking at the close in 2022, $100. And from there, it's come up to about 1,100. Super strong numbers. Look at the volumes pick up on this as well on HPL. Newland is the other one, right? I mean, again, I mean, of course, this one as well, 2022, I mean, close was 1,600, basically, 1,700. Stocks at almost 20,000 now, right? So some of them, you got to stick with them, which is, of course, harder said than done. Nalco is the third biggest volume-led gainer. It's up 6%, and Nigel was telling us about this earlier. Nykaa is there. Force Motors, of course, such a big winner over the years. Our power is back up about, I mean, our power has come off quite a bit from the highs, but it's coming up today. Lumax Tech, I think we mentioned. Interarc Builders, right? I mean, I think it's had a pretty decent run last 3 days. From about 2,200, it's moved up to about 2,700. 3 sessions flat. So they are into prefab buildings, prefab structures, I should say, and one of the largest actually in that space. Jain Resources is up 6%. Torrent Pharma is up 4%. So out of the gates, I mean, this is a pretty vibrant-looking screen out there. 1,600 stocks are higher, and about 900 stocks are lower at this stage. Surbhi.
I forgot to mention the sugar space, Prashant. It's a sweet start to the week. All the sugar stocks, look at Renuka, Balrampur, Bajaj Hindustan, between 3, 4, some even 5% higher. The reason is that the government has allowed export of 1.5 million tons of sugar for the sugar season. The industry was asking for, I think, 2 million tons. They've got 1.5 million tons. It's still 500,000 tons more than last year at least. So exports coming in, and even the duty on export of molasses, that's been done away with. Yeah. So it seems to be
I think in sugar, I'm not, maybe Manisha will tell us more, but I think sugar prices have crashed. Globally, sugar prices have absolutely crashed. And maybe that is the reason why, you know, I'm just looking at Balrampur Chini's sort of chart here. It's come off very sharply. I mean, I think in the month of August, its price was $600. It's at 450. So, you know, and of course, today, on the back of this, you know, the government directive, more exports allowed, prices are coming up a little bit. But as I said, more with Manisha as we go along.